out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
I missed my explosion. I haven't got my explosion in tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot on a Monday. It's a Monday. I know it's a bit weird, but it's fine. I hope that everybody is happy that the nice weather has come back. We did have some nice rain, so hopefully it's rained in all the places where it's going to go down into the dams. That would be fantastic, other than the normal rain, which is everywhere except where the dams are. So we hope that all of your tanks are all full, indeed, and not only your tanks at home for the rainfall, but also your Fitchin leads, indeed, to have a little bit of gin and tonic or a glass of wine. A glass of wine is good at this time of the evening. So if you haven't got one, I'm telling you now that you should have a glass of wine or something. A little gin and tonic with a bit of Fitchin leads is always the best. So get some of that. I think I've got some dry lemon. I've got the liter bottles. Check, we've got the liter bottles now. So we've got more than enough. You see, we've got like a liter bottle that they've got now in the spas as well. Check it out. In the spas, that's right. That is our other sponsor. Indeed, thank you very much to Spar for helping. And of course, they've just had the run, and we got our the Asics shoes as well. It was fantastic. We got them from there with lovely little running shoes. So I'm going to be running fast now, indeed. All right, tell us where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what you're drinking, what you got in your hand. Let's have a look. And welcome to the show. Indeed, Gino's Spot on a Monday night. It's a bit weird, but it's for Tuesday. We're going to redo it on Tuesday. So send me some comments. Tell me where you're watching from. Because when I wake up, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. And when I go out, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. I'll be Mark Scott. When I get drunk, Scottish accent. No, I'm gonna be the man who's get drunk with you. And when I haver, well, you know I'm gonna be. I bet you don't know what a havering means. Oh, and I walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more with Steven Lancaster, 'cause he's coming on the show, and you'll be sure when I'm working, the Cheryl Porter Reynolds is always working too. And when I go out, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I go home, well, you know I'm gonna be that Tanya D'Andrade Black and Norris said too. And when I go home, well, you know I'm gonna pour a little G&T with you. I'm gonna have a little drinky with you. That's right, Tanya. All right, no. And I would walk 500 miles, and so would Stephen also too. Be the man with Rob Taylor, no address for fear of waking next to you. Cheryl Reynolds. Stephen's friends are online. I can see already. And I would walk with Wendy Tompkins. Thompson says hey yo. And Tanya Pretorius just sent me a blank message. What's that for you? Dada, Wayne Bolton, go you Lunkin, Mr. Legend. Send me some comments, and I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walks with Steven Lancaster to the top of the mountain. Indeed, right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have a special guest in the studio tonight, Steven Lancaster. Steven Lancaster, I've known him on and off for many, many years, but we just bump into each other here and there, so it's going to be lovely to get to know him. Please welcome onto our screen, Mr. Steven Lancaster. Indeed, pull in. Let's have a look. All right, I'm going to take these out now. Yes, we're going straight in. We're not even doing what you're watching tonight. I'm going to switch over to the microphone. Let's get the microphone right over here. Indeed, it's a Monday night, so it's a different one. We're doing... All right, are we on? Are we not on yet? Are we on? We are on. Okay, hopefully you can hear us. Hello, Philip and Fabrice. There you go. I hope I'm getting a little bit of supper tonight. Please save me something, Leah. Thank you. Never heard you sing that song before. It's a popular one.
It's got legs.
I've done that one a few times.
I think it's got legs.
You know what? I always choose the songs that get people jumping and get people going and up and happening. Otherwise, what's the point, man? Exactly. They said thumbs up. Oh, she said thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Sarah Moorman, lovely to see you as well from the Frog. What's it called? Leapfrog Properties. We hope that you're selling lots as well, Sarah. And Nikki Kemp. Hello, Nikki Kemp. Are these friends of yours as well? Some of them are.
Some of them are admitting that, and that's really, really awesome. Thank you.
They don't mind being. They're showing it. They're showing it. They're showing the love.
Showing love. That's very important in life.
It is. It is. Nikki Bolton says, "Hey, yay, Steve! Yay, Nikki!"
Nikki Bolton is awesome.
Oh, lovely man.
She's a great enabler.
Enabler.
Yeah. Her husband has also got quite the story to tell.
Oh, really? Tell me a little bit.
He cycled around South Africa.
Woo!
6,000 K's.
Holy moly!
In 80 days. It's about like what's that story about 80 days?
80 days. Yes. Yeah. Around the world in 80 days.
Yeah. Wayne was chasing rhinos.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, so they're doing the rhino thing as well. I think Cheryl Reynolds also involved in the rhino thing too. Cheryl, we love it.
Yeah.
I'll support wherever we can as well. Fantastic. I'll just, I said to you, I've met you 1,000 times at various places, but we've never had a nice chat, and I'm so glad we were able to do this.
Yeah, because absolutely. The spitkop is pulling me over.
No, spitkop.
But a bit of a chat.
Jy het my shows gesien, hoor jy? Jy het seen my shows, this guy. I think you could probably do some of this stuff already. I've seen it so many times.
I don't know whether I could do it. Certainly not with the accent that you put on.
That's the kind of a thing. I don't know what creates the gene in somebody's mind or somebody's body that gives them the ability to do accents. But I've always loved it.
It's a specific genome.
I think I get that. It's good with the dad jokes as well.
One of the things that I find is very common in people who do ultra type stuff is they're good with dad jokes.
Okay.
Because they got a lot of time to not be bored.
Time to think about stuff.
Yeah.
It's. But I mean, we run. We both run, and you run like long flipping distances. It's insane. We'll chat about that just now. But it's definitely a place where you can when you can almost meditate.
Yeah.
Do you find that?
It is. For me, I got into the long running specifically as a kind of meditation, a means of assisting my mental health.
Yeah.
Staying positive.
Yeah. Because that's difficult during COVID, especially when you're a musician or an entertainer.
And yet, here he is.
Yes, but also, I mean, charities have also been hit hard during COVID as well. Because the first thing that people can't give, so that it's always extra cash or extra stuff that they can help with, but they can't.
Yeah.
They're trying to feed themselves.
Absolutely. Charity, we often preach about how charity begins at home.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that I often talk about with mental health is defining what you actually need versus what you want.
Yeah.
Because what you want brings the extra worry. I'm just giving him my questions.
Yes. Oh, no, it's fine. You can give me the questions. I'll have a look at those questions just now, but in the meantime, we're going to interrogate you.
So it's knowing your limits of what you need. And then choosing the worries that you're prepared to have on top of that.
Yeah, okay.
And can afford to have on top of that. And some of us are privileged enough to have more worries. So how's that for turning the coin around?
You know, it is. Because almost, if you decide, if you make a conscious decision, you're talking about mental health, and a lot of guys, and this is an important topic because a lot of people out there, especially during this lockdown time, they're getting depressed, they're getting down, their business is going badly, they can't see that light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. So how do you cope with it?
Yeah, you've got to look out for yourself, and you've got to look out for your mate. Support where you can. Yeah, which is why fiction leads inspire.
Yes, inspire. Thank you very much. No, lovely. And so at the moment, let's first talk about the last thing I saw you do, which was the Everest ascent.
Yes.
Yes.
Getting high another way. Yeah. Well, people are, with running, one of the other things is the endorphins, which you give off, which obviously helps mental health as well.
Yes, it does. I find that if I'm feeling low or feeling stressed, or a run just helps so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the guys I was talking to today suggested I challenge you to a run up the road. I said, there's not a chance. He's fast.
I do short distance, but I go fast.
Exactly. But if you want to come up, Brickmaker's Cliff 100 times.
No. That I'm afraid I can't do.
So,
yes. Tell me about how this came about. How did this Everest ascent thing happen?
It's a long story, as it would be, with
yes.
a lot of repeats.
It's a lot.
Effectively, I was looking for a new challenge for myself.
Yes.
I was looking for a new cause to support that had some phenomenal long-term sustainable benefit for the community that it was supporting. Okay. Because if I'm going to be crazy, somebody may as well benefit.
Yeah, for sure.
It was pre-COVID. Yeah. And I just completed or attempted to complete what is called Run Amok, which is 400 milers in a calendar year on trail.
So is it a thing? It's actually a thing.
Thing.
Oh my soul! 4 times 100 miles, not 100 kilometers, because that's like insane. No, 100 miles. That's 160 kilometers.
Yeah.
Times 4.
160.95.
Oh, 160.
So the first 160 is actually quite easy. You actually train for that last 95 or 950 meters.
Yes. Marcus Oshry saying, how's it there as well? I saw
Marcus.
You popped on there. You're a great man, bud.
Thanks, buddy.
Is that a friend of yours?
Marcus Oshry is Master Drive PE.
Master Drive?
He's got he's great with a 4x4.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he's committed to run Addo 44Ks next year. Marcus, you're on the start line. I'm going to see you on the finish
44,
line.
That's also good. Because 44Ks is quite a lot.
It is technically an ultra marathon.
It's a marathon and 2.
And it's in Addo Elephant National Park. Now, you're not getting chased by elephants and stuff, but on the 100 miler, people have seen leopard.
Oh.
People think they've seen hippo.
Oh, yes.
People have seen, those little nope ropes.
Yeah. Snakes awesome. Out there, you're going to see a lot of stuff when you're running 160 Ks.
Absolutely. And they've seen jackal take down a little kudu or something.
Really?
Yeah. So it's phenomenal being able to run out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Gee, but now the Everest, we're talking about Everest.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do this 4. You're going to do these 4 things, like 160 times 4. Okay.
160 times 4, and I got to halfway through the last one. I hadn't hydrated enough.
Oh, okay.
Hydration's important.
Yes, it is.
That was the big learning from that. So. What am I going to do next? I had seen these crazy Australians who'd been doing some Everesting.
Okay.
And they call it Everesting because you're not going to Everest to climb Mount Everest.
Not actually going, so it's minus the cold.
Minus the cold. Now, runners and cyclists will know of this kind of social media for runners and cyclists called Strava.
Yes.
You pick a segment on Strava.
Yes.
Or create one.
Yes.
Now, you pick a hill anywhere in the world.
Or a little route anywhere it is.
Anywhere in the world. Exactly. and you repeat it as many times as you need to get the height of Mount Everest.
Oh my word, okay.
Which, by the way, last year was 8,848 meters. This year it's 8,849 meters.
Oh, but
Everest
that's up.
grew.
It's
up, yeah. It's
up. Okay.
straight up.
Okay, so the sea's dropped a bit. Or it's pushing.
No, the sea is pushed so much. There's so much more water now in the oceans because of climate change.
Yes.
That Mount Everest
It's
is trying to
pushed
get
it
away,
up.
man.
Oh my soul, it's actually gone up.
It's actually gone up.
It's like 8 kilometers up in the air. 8.5.
Yeah, 8.849.
So nearly 9 kilometers up. Okay, so now that is a long way.
It's a long way up.
Yeah, that just reached
So-
me out actually, but
You got a
heights.
fear of heights?
I don't, not really.
Listen, I've seen you on the top of scaffolding directing runners.
No, I
before.
can do that. No, I'm alright with the heights, but when it gets to thin air, then I'm worried.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is up there.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
but
there's
no,
no
so
oxygen.
but you say up,
Yeah.
so as long as you run up.
as long as you're getting that ascent.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter how long it is, but obviously
Your
you want to keep
elevation.
it short. Yeah.
Your elevation has got to be that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So then I approached a friend of mine who happens to work with Mantis, and he put me in touch with Mr. Adrian Gardner and
Yes.
the CCFA, Community
He's been on the show
Conservation.
before, and he's
He has.
fantastic.
He is.
Yes,
He's quite dynamic.
He is. He's always in for something new.
He is. Well, not so much new, but he said to me, and I love the idea.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to do it best. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's make it 5-star.
Okay.
And that's Adrian's thing.
Excellent.
So yeah.
So
that's
support structures for you.
Yeah.
Everything there. Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. And to bring the community and get the community involved.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
what we did.
Love it.
And we were 2 days away from actually announcing our date. And Uncle Cyril called us together and said, you're going to have to postpone.
So that was literally February 2020.
That was February 2020.
Wow. Okay.
And my wife said, I'm not allowed to do it running around the yard or up and down the driveway.
No, because that's all we could do. Isn't it crazy? Remember those times?
Yeah, I had gone so far
Yeah.
as to measure exactly how much elevation was up my driveway. And it was 4 meters and 85 centimeters.
Holy crap. No, Stephen. No. No, 4 meters at 4 meters a time would have been a hectic.
Over 30 meters of distance.
But then how do you actually, I mean, do you then, okay, so you decide you're going to do brickmakers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we did is we figured we needed somebody who's going to tell the story, and our Go FM was phenomenal with that.
Wow. Okay.
We needed somebody who was going to give us a bit of vibe.
Yeah.
And Bridge Street Brewery was great with
Yes.
that.
Excellent. I've got a show there tomorrow night. I'm doing a little bit of a gig.
So if you don't want to watch this again tomorrow night, go to Bridge Street Brewery.
That's why we couldn't
Okay.
do the Tuesdays, because I've got a show at Bridge Street Brewery tomorrow. But that's it's
private.
private. Well, it's for Sovereign Foods, I think. The chicken guys.
Yeah.
My dog's come to say hello as well while you're here as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
My Banshee's going to be most upset. Oh, good. Yeah, so we then figured out Heritage Day in Arbor Month as a phenomenal day to do it.
Okay.
Because we often go back or we often say, what if I go back and change just one little thing in history and how history will be made worse, etc.
Yeah.
We don't think about how if we do one little thing now, how much better we can leave the world.
Yeah. It's true.
You
So
know,
if you do it now, just do it now.
Just
do
do
it
it
now.
now.
So Heritage Day.
Heritage Day.
Okay.
And go and adopt a tree now, and that's going to change lives.
And we better explain now the adopt a tree story, because now you've brought that in now. So
I'm sorry.
trying to explain, trying to understand this whole thing.
Yes. So we had this crazy idea to do this. We needed to link it to a project that is understandable.
Okay.
Now, how many of you don't know the quote, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Next best time is today.
Yeah. Okay.
If you look at a lot of townships, they're dusty and grey and dry.
Yeah.
Best way to change an outlook is greening it.
Okay.
The trees and green are a sign of hope.
Yes.
You got hope, you got life. You can make life.
Yeah.
You got trees, you've got a speckboom.
Yeah. Beautiful.
One of the best oxygenators.
Yes. It oxygenates both in 24 hours, isn't it?
It's something.
It's got like night and day or something, I think.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's also edible.
Yes, I have tasted. It's a little bit bitter.
You don't just eat it by itself.
Oh, do you actually cook it up?
Add it into a salad.
Really?
So just chop the leaves a little finer, add it into a salad. It'll,
It's good.
It juices up.
It juices up the salad. I haven't tried that yet, I've got to say.
I've done it a couple of times and got some comments.
The rhinos eat it, the animals in the bush eat speckboom. And they're like, woohoo! There's it, speckboom, baby.
Speckboom's grand.
Yeah.
The next thing was just a hardwood tree to provide shade long term.
Yeah.
And the last one would be a fruit tree.
Okay. For fruit.
Fruit.
Of course, that's a little bit more difficult to grow, that fruit.
It often takes a little longer.
Yes, more care.
Right. Which is why when Indalo Nursery approached CCFA, say, we want to green our community, which is Kwanabutle.
Okay.
Indalo is looking after those trees and making sure that they grow to maturity.
Okay. So they'll actually look after them as well.
It's a properly sustainable project.
Jeez, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because if you've got somebody that knows what to do, then you're in.
Yeah.
The farmers know what the story is. The guys with plants. I mean, I've killed a lot of plants. I've tried, but I do. I'm getting it right. I've got a veggie garden now. I'm doing it. And we've got some fruit trees at the back. Although, the borehole water wasn't lacquer or whatever, so we have to get the rainwater onto it. We'll make a plan.
Absolutely.
Gary's big into it as well, eh? Gary's big, the vegetable farmer. He's done the vegetable.
Veggies are good.
Everybody's been doing this thing over lockdown too, getting it right.
Yeah, my wife is fantastic. She's got some Lancaster Lovely as a hashtag.
Lancaster Lovely.
Lovely, yeah, because she's lovely.
Oh, very nice.
And my boy is Lancaster Light.
Lighty.
Because he's my lighty.
Yes, you're lighty geweest.
How's it, guys?
Excellent. I see Jeff Applewhite on as well. Jeff's always been Jeff's just up the road.
He is awesome. He joined me for a couple of loops on the Everesting. He was brilliant.
Tell a bit about I won't complete those. So what's that?
Jeff, you're letting Addo 100 miler secrets out the bag there.
Oh, really?
So, effectively, on a trail run, on a road run, you've got all these watering points along the way, and it's easy access. On a trail run, you're expected to carry your own.
Okay, you'll get the bag. That's right, you got the bag.
Got the bag. Hapur is a purse. Now, Hapur is a legendary tusker from Addo Elephant National Park.
Hapur.
Hapur, ja.
Hapur.
Hapur.
Ek sê so jy hap by sy oor gekry. Miskien 'n leeu of iets.
Ja, seker.
Okay.
So it's been named after old Hapur.
Okay.
But effectively, what the last checkpoint, checkpoint 17.
Okay.
Checkpoint Bravo.
Checkpoint Bravo.
Bravo.
Ja. That's hallo Bravo, kom in.
And it's manned by the scouts.
Bravo 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the scouts.
The scouts. Yeah. Be prepared, man.
Be prepared. Exactly. We will do our best.
Yeah.
That's Cubs, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, scouts.
Yeah.
I get it.
They've got to get them trained up.
Yes.
Yeah. So the scouts have to go off and harvest some piss from an elephant in must, which is then strained through speckworm.
What?
It's the most phenomenal energy drink.
What?
Now this is one. this is one of those stories where legends are not necessarily built on truth.
Yeah. Okay. It's a bit of the story is more important.
However, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
However, when I did the Addo 100 miler, which was the first of the trail hundreds I ever did.
Yes.
My fastest splits In
Yes.
other words, the fastest kilometers I ran
Yes.
were after I'd had upwards.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice strong finish.
Okay,
to
so
that.
they bring it on.
Yeah,
Okay, got a jug for you, and then
Yeah.
you just go for it.
That was
Oh
awesome.
man, upwards a push. Okay, no, donkey Jeff.
And-
Lekker story, hoorie.
And so Colin and the guys actually, the guys who manned that checkpoint Bravo brought some along for me at the Everest.
Oh, nice. Oh, no. Yes, like, that is so sip. Jeff Applewhite saying, hi, Steve Mountain Man, you're an absolute inspiration. I see lots of comments coming through here. Cheryl Reynolds, Stephen is an inspiration. It seems like a common word when referring to you, Stephen. One of the most positive people I know. And that's one thing that I've noticed. I mean, since knowing you, it's always been that positive guy. And you so doesn't let anything get you down. Philip is asking, what was your mindset running up that hill so many times? Because, I mean, how many times did you have to run up Brickmakers to do that thing?
So I calculated that to get to Everest I needed to do, I think it was 91 times.
Okay.
Or no.
It's tough, eh?
No, sorry, it was 141 times. I had
Whoa!
to do that. Yeah, 141. 91 times was the start of the big seven. In other words,
Okay.
the tallest mountain on each of the continents.
Oh.
So 141 times to get to Everest.
Okay.
161 times to get 10,000 meters, which was just a personal goal.
Yeah, okay.
But it's also for Everesting.
Yes.
It's part of the High Roller Society.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. The big guy. The
big
big guys. Okay.
And then I was going to do a few extra just to be sure. But,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but my counters lost count.
Okay. Right.
So I did 168, and it
Oh,
it actually ended up being an extra mile over and above the height of Everest. So
Wow.
I now can say I've been the extra mile.
It's been up there and above.
You were allowing for the snow.
Yes. Allowing for the snowfall. Yeah.
Exactly.
Excellent. My word. So that is so hectic.
So the mindset was just don't stop. In fact, you get rid of the mind and don't stop.
Okay. You just
Yeah.
that was it. You didn't stop. And did you go up? Did you run down, or did you do the thing? No, you had to roll down with
So
something.
there's two ways to become part of the Everesting club.
Yes.
One is on a bicycle, one is on foot.
Okay.
On foot, you have two options.
Yes.
Because you're not lazy, or
Yes.
you are lazy.
No, but running down is hectic so many times too.
I know. So why do you want to do that?
No.
So if they
Bicycle.
allow you to be part of the Everesting club by just running up,
Yes.
why don't you do that?
Yes.
And get a lift down.
Yes. Okay.
Which provided an absolute perler of an opportunity for VW to come on board and
Oh,
sponsor a
lovely.
vehicle.
Well
come
done,
down.
V-Dub.
No, listen.
Excellent. Okay.
It was actually great because one of the marshals had a look at the VW transporter and he said, "I like that, except I want a couple more perks." So I'm now
nice.
setting my vehicle and I'm going to go and get a VW
Nice.
Caravelle.
Oh, no. Taking advantage of you, right?
They were very much taking advantage.
Perfect.
And I don't mind that in the least. Go and support VW.
No. Our very own Gumpy, she says, Annalise says, awesome inspiration to many. And also, everyone's saying it's inspiration, and I
Thanks,
think
guys.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. That is my personal motivation, is that I inspire folk to do just a little bit more, do one thing more, whether it's for themselves, for the community, but just do one thing.
But we'll get to the charity side, your charity side, because it's insane. But okay, so you went down in the VW, and you're in the Kombi, and I'll copy and then you ran up every time.
Get my feet going up. Yeah, I think I probably ran up the entire way twice.
Okay.
So that was the first repeat.
Yeah. Okay.
And the last repeat.
All right. Okay.
I was so grateful to have it over.
Yes, I'm sure.
I walked probably about 5 or 6 in total.
Yeah. Okay.
Every other one I ran walked.
Okay. Well,
You just got to keep pacing yourself, and really that's part of the plan.
Well, I mean, it's an Everesting. It's not like people don't run up Everest.
I might look like Usain Bolt, but I'm not.
I see. Wayne Bolton says you're an out-and-out philanthropist, so you mess around on your wife, do you? Oh no, that's a philanderer. Sorry, I was getting that wrong, Wayne. He used his feet.
You're a friend of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes, and uses his feet and brain to make a difference. And I mean, it gets onto your thing, because since I've known you, Stephen, you've always been involved in charity. Mm-hmm. And is it your full-time thing that you do?
Up until this point, I've been fully employed in other endeavors as well, working for the man.
Okay. Well, what have you done? What do you?
I've worked in the medical field. I was the guy who basically, if you came into trauma, say, Gino, is that a credit card or a medical aid card?
It's neither. It's a knife in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I missed it by a couple of weeks, but there was a guy that literally came in with an axe in his head.
An axe. What do you say? Axe to the head, early to bed.
Yes. It's probably a good place to go if you have an axe in your head.
Yes.
Don't ask any questions.
But that's insane. So you are in ICU or trauma?
In trauma for about 2.5 years.
That must have been traumatic. Yourself?
I have the right personality for it.
Stephen, I couldn't do it. I think I would pass out. I see blood and I pass out.
That's my wife.
I do it. Tracy, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. A little bit of blood, catch yourself. I'm like, feeling a bit like offish. Can't wait to see you conquer Addo. Is that 44 again, eh? Or the 100?
Well, I did the 100 in 2019.
Yeah, okay.
The last 100 miler before lockdown was Addo 100 in 2020. And I paced the last runner in. It was my absolute privilege to pace with George Minipetris from George.
He sounded like a Greek, eh?
It does.
Yes,
he's
Greek.
A lacquer oak is fast. My word, he's fast.
Really?
Yeah, he would give you a run for your money.
Wow.
But then he would keep going.
Okay. So you paced. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And we paced Altie Clark into her first 100-mile buckle. It was phenomenal. It was a case of I was walking behind her and she fell asleep on her feet at one point.
Whoa!
And you just see her
so
going
that's possible.
like this. Yeah, it's very
actually,
possible.
you just close your eyes. I'm just closing my eyes on the straight part.
Exactly. You miss a corner. Grab a thing. Grab the pack and Altie, I think, a 5-minute nap, okay?
Okay.
But it's part of running far is managing your tiredness.
And so you have little sleeps when you run.
Well, you can.
You just have a little bit.
Not when I'm doing the Everesting. You're not allowed to sleep with.
How long did the Everesting take you?
I worked it back, and it probably took me about 21 hours.
21 hours,
including the miscounting of.
Did you do it all in one go, or did you do it in sections? Or?
I'd actually planned to do it, if necessary, with inside curfew.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Then I had COVID.
Oh, you had COVID.
COVID.
Nice. Very nice.
I figure if I'm going for this whole experience, I may as well maximize it.
You know, those bloody brick makers, walking people, they give you COVID.
No. It was about 2 months before the Everesting. And, fortunately, got over it okay.
Yeah.
Because I had all the symptoms.
Yes.
You'll know as
Were you vaccinated
runner,
before already or not?
I was vaccinated,
Okay,
and I don't want to know what it would have been like without it.
Exactly.
I was standing doing the dishes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I was feeling
Good
tired.
for Tracy.
I'm well trained.
Indeed.
And I looked at my watch and my heart rate because I was feeling tired.
Yeah.
And you'll know as a runner that,
Yes.
and particularly an endurance runner,
Yes.
your heart rate is normally quite low.
Yes.
So if I go into hospital, I set off the alarms because my heart rate is normally too low.
Yeah.
My heart rate was 160.
Whoa!
doing the dishes, and they weren't big, and
Yeah.
you know, it was just the
So it chucks your heart rate up as well.
Mine it did.
Wow, that is
So-
insane. I mean, 160s, you're running flat out pretty much, eh?
Yeah, that's a solid zone for workout.
Yeah, that's a workout. That's aerobic zone. And you weren't even, and you were just washing the dishes.
I was washing dishes.
After, okay, Gary's just put a note up here saying that you have a bit of an American accent. Do you say a lot of R's? I haven't noticed that today. Australian. Yes, after. You have got a bit of an Australian twang.
I've got, I spent a year in the States studying theology.
Oh, no ways. Okay.
And then I spent 6 months in between India, 5 months in India and a month in Australia. But in India, I was with a couple of Australians.
Okay. So you got there.
Yeah.
You say, yeah.
And
This
to
is
the
just,
chagrin of
when
my
he
family.
says when he says you have a slight accent, certain words.
Yeah.
So where are you from? Well, let's go back to the history. Let's go back. We're going to do it. Where you born? Queenstown. Queenstown, baby. That's right.
Queenstown,
Yet another
South
one.
Africa.
And yet another one. I mean, we've had a lot of Queenstown people. Even the Donovan was on. No, Donovan Oil was on last time.
Yeah.
He came down to Queenstown. He was at Queen's, but you didn't go to Queen's College.
I didn't go to Queen's College.
Okay, you missed
I
out.
also avoided the grey.
Oh, you must have avoided the grey. Oh, you know, so now you don't know the handshakes.
I don't know the handshake.
So where were you at school?
I ended up at Alexander Road High.
On the road.
Spent a couple of years of my
Junior school?
junior school. Was Crew Primary, Stirling
Primary
Primary.
in East London.
Yeah.
Hey?
West London.
Also slummies. That was the obvious. A proper Eastern Caper.
I'm a proper Eastern Caper.
Excellent. I love it. I
I
love
used
it.
to play in Slungfallet there below Buffalo Park.
What's Slungfallet? It sounds like a place
well,
where people
all
pick up
of-
ladies.
Yeah, no, I was too young for that. I used to break out of the home by the time I was 6 years old to go and chase snakes and rhinos.
Snakes and things. Outdoorsy, yeah?
I was very outdoorsy.
Really? Okay, as a child.
Yeah, as a child.
Alright.
Probably my most favourite story. We went. My dad's an Anglican minister.
Okay, yes.
Retired now. He no longer puts his dress on a Sunday.
It's like
He
it's like
wears
Catholic
slacks.
plus. I'm Catholic, but I know the Anglicans are even stricter.
No,
Not really.
no.
But they don't. What's it?
Yes and
something-
no.
I don't know.
Depends
You
which
did-
congregation you go to.
Okay,
man.
sorry,
You know,
sorry.
It's broad. It's broad.
Yes,
it's broad.
it is.
So we go out on this kind of church family day to Mpongo Park.
Pongo.
Just after they kind of opened, they had giraffes, they had
Nice.
rhino. They just got the rhino a few weeks before.
Yes.
And various other antelope and whatnot. And we had our tea break, and this little night adder had slithered through the group, which brought the tea break to an end fairly quickly.
Oh dear, yes, I'm sure.
Anyway, after tea, I needed to dehydrate.
Okay,
because,
yes.
you know, in those
Yes.
days, I was very good at
Yes.
rehydration.
Okay, very good. Yes, indeed.
And anyway, the rest of the party moved off.
Yes.
And because it was reclaimed farmland,
Yes.
the roads ran in kind of 90-degree angles.
Okay.
So we stopped on the side of this field. They went off down the field. I went off around the bush.
Yes.
And I saw them heading off past the field that way. So about
Yeah.
200 meters down and about 400 meters across.
Yeah.
I saw them just heading through the end there.
Yes.
As I was finishing off watering
Yes.
the plants.
Yes.
We
We're upwards.
But it wasn't up was a person as
Yeah. Yeah.
I then went around the corner and caught sight of something out of the corner of my eye coming into the field from the other side, and it happened to be the two white rhino.
Ooh.
Now the wind was blowing from where I was
Yeah.
to where they were,
Oh.
which is not necessarily a good thing.
And you've just had your upward there.
Yeah, and I'm 10 years old.
Oh, my
and
soul, white
in
rhino.
trick. I weighed like 60
Okay.
kgs. So yeah, I was this thin. I think
Yes,
about 10
yes.
years old. By the time I'd gotten down and around the bottom of the field, where there were fortunately a few bushes, I mean the wind had changed direction slightly, so it was definitely in my favour. But I was probably about 25 meters away from these white rhinos.
Yo, they can outrun you one time.
Very quickly. That's the fastest I have ever run, though. But it's not on Strava, so it didn't happen.
Okay, it didn't happen. No, did you just hightail it towards the group? Or?
I hightailed it behind the trees because I knew or behind the bushes. I knew once I got there, with the wind being the right way, I was okay.
So you were thinking of all these things. If I was there, I'd just be running away.
Well, that's when I knew I had Big Mac's temperament.
Okay, I see that. Good Lord. Because what's they say? The rhino can outrun you.
Yeah.
And the hippo can outswim you.
Yeah.
It's the only chance you got is on the bicycle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very good at picking up flats. So
Excellent.
I don't do bike well.
Really?
I'm in trouble with a triathlon.
Okay, triathlon. So you're not a triathlete.
I'm not a triathlete, but I try be an athlete occasionally.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so junior school and always an outdoorsy person and interested in animals, obviously, as well, loving animals.
Yeah,
like dogs
absolutely.
and cats and cats or dogs.
I'm definitely a dog person.
Okay.
The cat tried to steal my food off my plate.
Yeah, I know.
And
they don't care about you. They don't care if you're feeling sad.
No.
Looks like your glass is empty there. Yes, we need some more ice, Philippa. Bring it across, please.
Thank you.
It is.
It is definitely. He's better at hydration than I am.
You see that? And okay, so then did you said you were in Maltino for a while?
Yeah.
Maltino?
I remember snow.
Oh yes, it does snow there.
Yeah, and we had an Arga stove.
Oh, those are fantastic. I love that, wood burning stove.
Absolutely. You put just a couple of logs in and it stays hot all day long.
Isn't that marvelous?
I mean, it's cold enough to freeze lakes. And
Yeah. I know the Lancers, Nadine used to do our watching every now and again. Nadine Larter. They're from Maltino, and of course Omar Rusks is, Omar from that makes the Omar Rusks is from Maltino.
Yeah.
And so you stayed there for a while as well. Was your dad a pastor there, or? Okay, so they were moving him around.
They moved him around. So he moved quite regularly.
Okay,
which wasn't always making me very happy.
Yes.
But I'm Mr. Cellophane. I'm all about the other people. And
Were you that
not quite.
were you the compliant pastor's son,
No.
or you like, because
People-
all pastor's sons are generally end up in jail? You know what I mean?
I was the pastor's son that never got caught.
Oh right. Excellent.
My brother, on the other hand, was always in trouble, but he never landed up in jail.
All right.
And he's a brilliant accountant now.
Okay, very good. Well, those accountants, you can't tell until they get caught as well. No, Martin, so I mean, you must have been a kind of compliant, but you love charity and you love, that sort of thing. So I'm sure you're an easy son.
You'll have to ask the folks.
I don't know if they're online. Did you study theology yourself as well after school then?
Yeah.
As well?
Yeah. Everybody asks you, so what are you going to be?
Yeah. Pastor, like my dad.
Well, it was just a case of, I don't see myself as anything else.
Okay. Yeah.
So why not?
As a pastor's son, you get involved in the church so much. It is so much a part of your life.
Yeah.
The entire community around you is almost like a church bubble, almost.
Yeah.
But so you do get involved, and it feels homely then.
It does.
Yeah.
You're brought up in it, so you
Yeah.
want to stay in it. You want to stay in that kind of activity.
Yes.
I had a...
Thanks, Anne. Anne says it's a lovely interview. I'm
thank you.
glad.
I had a look at various things, and my dad was a really good role model in many ways. And it has continued to be so, and to learn about himself as well as others. And
There we go. Bring it. We got some ice.
A grand visitor.
We have some ice.
Whoa!
Oh, there we go.
Memories of Maltino.
Yeah. Your eyes, there we go.
My dad tells the story of, if you have visitors in Maltino, you don't, and you're offered beers from the fridge or room temperature, you take them from the fridge because they're warmer.
Perfect. I'm gonna open some. I've got some punters here from Keith. Ooh. Keith, we need some more punters, please. We're running low. Keith Clark is putting out the punters into all the shops as well. So
it is delicious.
Yes, it's very nice. So your drink up. Here we go.
Yeah. I need to drink up. My hydration is lagging.
Okay, so Maltino and pastor's son. So
and dad being a good role model.
Yeah, indeed. So and so you went into theology. So and studied it. You actually went there and took that.
I hated history in school. I gave.
You hated history.
Absolutely, I couldn't abide history.
Damn you, Steve.
Exactly. But as soon as I put it into a context or church context or community context, suddenly it became alive. It became a story, and I loved it.
Okay.
And I could learn from it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It is, and so were you thinking, okay, I'm going to become a pastor as well, or you were going to do that? You were going to be called to the church, and
absolutely.
Off you were going to go.
It wasn't just that I thought I looked good in a dress.
Yes.
But how the Anglican Church worked it is they sent you to a vocational guidance conference.
Okay.
Ended up getting the thumbs up from 6 people.
Okay.
Yes, you can be a pastor.
You can be a pastor.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
I didn't. No.
You didn't.
And then I didn't.
Didn't even try.
Well, I went. I tried it, and a long story short is the church didn't really like me at that stage.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised the Lord didn't smite you.
Well, I have become quite salty.
Steve, but like I said, when I met you the first time, I think you were beggar in chief, Herald beggar in chief, and you've always been involved in charities. Now, this is like obviously a thing that you've decided. You it doesn't matter what it is, you're going to be in. You're going to have something.
Yeah, I like being balanced.
Yeah,
except in my running.
Okay, that's not balanced.
So we have a spiritual or faith side, kind of a soul, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
We have an emotional side.
Yes.
We have a family side, relationship side, or friends.
Yes.
And we have an economic side where we need to contribute in that kind of way.
Yes.
And we need to also, through our relationships and our skill sets, invest in other people's lives.
Yeah.
And if we're not growing in each of these, we need to find ways to do so that is fun for ourselves as well as others.
You're so right. It's a brilliant way of putting it. It's a brilliant way of putting that. You've divided it into all the important parts in life, that's very succinct in the way you put it together. And I mean, so you've got these kind of a code, almost like and you go that's the way you're going to do it. So you look at all those and particularly for your family, like I said, like you said, your friends. And then when you went economically, I thought you were going to say, look after yourself, but you're actually saying look after others.
Yes, I know. You can't give from an empty cup. So you can't give from an empty cup.
Yes.
But people can have. So if it's overflowing.
Yes, if it's overflowing, hey, you can hand it out, man.
You can either waste it, or you can give it to those in need.
Yes.
Again, waste not, want not is something that my grandparents taught the family. So
Yes. And, but even if it's not also financial, you're talking about emotional, and you're talking about friends, and you're talking about family. So it seems to me that the mental health side is important to you as well. So
So when I left the church, I actually had a breakdown.
Okay. Oh, so you did. That was my next question. It's like, have you had experience with this? Obviously, mental health is it's hectic,
Yeah, I had a breakdown, went on to antidepressants, got some help from friends, from a paid friend, a psychologist.
Okay. Yes. Were you up and down, or were you?
I was manic.
Manic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I never got to a point of being suicidal.
Yes.
But I think that was a case of understanding that my worth comes from inside rather than from somebody else's judgment of my calling.
Yes.
Or my worth.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've often been told, we're worried about your mental health or what have you. And I'm like, don't worry about mine. Worry about yours.
Yeah.
It's my responsibility to take care of mine, and that's why I've got great friends.
Yeah.
And that's why I've got a great family.
Yeah.
And I invest in those.
So you took a step back, really, to try and see this bigger picture, but like you say, it's from within yourself as opposed to what you think others are thinking all the time, and that's so important, man.
Yeah.
And the fact that you understand your own limitations, or your own, not limitation, but your own way that your brain works.
Correct. My own limitations is a great way of putting it. We're all limited.
We're all limited. Yeah, we've all got that thing. Yeah.
I mean, I can't play drums.
Yeah.
I mean, I can. You're just not going to come and
listen
to me.
I'll teach you.
It won't help. But I can play guitar.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Good.
So we can jam.
Yeah, we'll get him a jam. Yeah. It's the best.
Or peanut butter.
Stop with the dad jokes.
One of my favorite meals in India was peanut butter sandwich, but they had to bring it in because you couldn't get it when I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
peanut butter.
What do you? Yeah. What do you?
Is it like collegiate over there? They said they weren't allowed peanut butter.
I don't know. I don't know what happened at collegiate. Okay. I have no recollection. Yeah.
Gary's asking. He doesn't want you to go off the mental health section.
Yes.
Do you monitor yourself all the time to assess if you're in a manic state, or how do you stop? I mean, there are a lot of people that are manic and up and down. And Ian von Memety was when he came on, he spoke about it as well. Yeah. And he speaks about it openly. He's up and down and he's on medication, but it's important. How do you do it?
Yeah. That's a good question. It's actually a very important question for a lot of people, because people need to monitor themselves for who they are. Yeah. So I can't tell you what is going to make you manic or not, or what to look out for in yourself. For me, I look out for, am I breathing properly?
Okay.
I often find myself breathing very shallow.
Okay. So physical manifestation of that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm extremely stressed, I have one or two muscles that tense up.
Yes. Which ones? Which ones? I must check because my muscles tense up too.
Now, when I was growing up, my mom was always so surprised at how not tense I was.
Oh, really?
But for me, here under my scapula, my right scapula is a big tell.
Okay.
So if that starts to get tight, I know I'm stressed and I need to book myself some time to take care of me.
Okay.
Because if I take care of me, I can take care of others.
Yes. And so what's your the next step? Like, okay, so feeling tense. I've got. You know that you are getting stressed. You don't, and it's not necessarily feeling down or feeling. Yeah. It could be. It's a spectrum, So it could be anything.
It could be anything. Yeah. Absolutely.
And when you're manic, how do you realize?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're like so excited about a plan you want to do.
Exactly.
And you're out there like hang on, Steven, says Tracy.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's go back.
Are you nuts?
Let's go back to the running and Tracy.
Yes.
So I did my first 100 miler was Washi 100 miler.
Yeah, okay, that is 161 k's.
Yeah, 161 k's on tar. It is hectic.
Yeah. Just as an idea, from where to where? PE to like Port Alfred.
Port Alfred, 15, 20 k's past Port Alfred.
So Bequeenie kind of vibes.
Yeah. It's a good place to stop, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, brilliant.
So from there to Bequeenie.
Yeah.
Or from PE to Bequeenie. It's a long way.
Yeah.
And you're on your feet. You got support around you, and I had a great team supporting me when I did it. I would not have finished without them. I got injured at about kilometer 23, 24.
Oh, really? So soon? So soon.
The thing about running through an injury is you shouldn't. So if you pretend you're not injured, you're not actually running through an injury, you can keep going.
Oh, my word.
Anyway, I knew if I didn't finish, I wouldn't go back and do it.
Okay, so you were just going to go?
Yeah, so I kept going. I walked most of the rest of the way.
Wow. Okay.
But I knew that if I walked properly, I'd finish in time.
Okay.
You've got 26 hours to do the 100 miles. I did it in 24 hours, 54 minutes, and 32.38 seconds.
Wow. That's like 6 until 6.
Yeah, well...
Literally falling asleep on your feet.
Yeah. And the hardest time is actually from about 3, 4 in the morning until sunrise.
Yes, okay.
You're dealing with the dark of night.
Yes, with a light, and it gives you the tunnel vision and all
100%.
Because your brain plays tricks on you, man.
It does, yeah. And so that's, in each of my 100 milers and the Everesting, those were the toughest times to get through. In fact, the only time I didn't struggle with it was on Addo. And it wasn't because I was being stalked by jackals.
Yes. Crap.
The fact that I couldn't walk after washi was a big thing for me. It was I decided to do washi because a business failed. We'd had some issues with a miscarriage, as many people do struggle with.
Sure.
And we just moved home. So some pretty stressful things had happened, and I needed something to focus on.
Moving home is one of the big ones. It's like divorce, you know what I mean? It's like hectic. And so business, wow.
So it was a manic thing that I needed to focus on, just to keep my head straight and not lose it.
Okay.
I often tell people I have a life word.
Yes.
And that's perspective.
Yes.
The fact that I can run far is not remarkable.
It
just shows that I've got a bit of dedication.
Yes.
And I'm well prepared, which means I've got a great team.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Perseverance.
The remarkable thing is maybe that I choose to.
Yeah.
But that the perspective enables me to understand that I can use my running.
Yes.
To help inspire others.
Yes. And it's strange how you say that. I can see this whole thing coming together in terms of the fact that you in almost helping yourself focus. You channel that energy into helping others. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. You're taking something that could destroy your life and you're making it into something it's helping everybody. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. When we sow seeds, why not sow lots?
Yes. You sound like your father now.
I'm not averse to a little preach here.
No, that's absolutely fantastic, and it just that looking at yourself and how you work, how your mind works, and then channeling that into helping others is an amazing. That's amazing. Cheers to that. You'd have to get something else. You have to get some ice there and a little bit of Keith's punters.
Exactly. Where did you put it?
Here we go. It's over here. It's very nice.
And I'm going to have some.
Yes, please go for it.
A dry lemon, because dry is a good sense of humour.
Yes, okay, so now. Apart from the Herald Beggar in Chief, tell us about what that's. Gary's also got a question here before we get into the Herald Beggar in Chief. What did you learn, and what were your impressions of India?
I loved India. I learned that I can't travel there myself.
Oh, really? Okay.
Better as part of a group.
Okay.
And part of a team.
Why would that be? You don't like being on your own.
It's not that I don't like being on my own. I don't mind getting lost in the mountains for weeks.
Okay, yes.
Shh, don't tell Tracy. But I didn't have the skills or the experience to deal with some of the situations that were thrown at me in India.
Like what? This is an interesting story.
So, I'd gone across as part of a mission.
Okay.
My best friend at college,
Anglican
college,
thing, mission.
he was Baptist.
Oh, Baptist. Oh, the Baptists like their missions. My brother-in-law's a Baptist pastor.
And the funny thing was, my theology was more Baptist at that stage, and his theology was more Anglican. And since then, we've swapped around.
Okay.
We'd gone across. He was situated actually in Nepal, and I was situated at a station in India.
Yeah.
Where at a hospital.
Okay.
When my first, experience of medical work, so to speak.
Okay.
And it was a station to which other people used to come to visit, to experience missions and experience India.
Okay.
Now,
so you had to make it look good for them.
Yeah,
to advertise.
Like exactly. And we had this group of about 8 Canadians that were coming through. So we went through to New Delhi to go and collect them. We went up to Muzaffarpur towards Pakistan. We couldn't go too far because, of course, at that stage there were some tensions.
Not good there with Pakistan and India. Yes. Simone de Vries is saying, "How's it there? So proud of you."
Thank you. So we'd spent some time up there, and about a week, I think it was, come back to New Delhi, and we're on our way back to the hospital. So we caught trains to about 2 hours from the mission station, which is on the border with Nepal.
Okay.
But it's a jeep ride. Or a bus ride from
a jeep,
Yeah, jeep or bus. Or
go on the most dangerous road in the world.
Listen. Well, the Himalayas actually only start about 100 k's into Nepal.
Okay.
So you're still on the Ganges floodplain there.
Okay. Well,
it was
too bad.
It was warm. It was a good place to have a gin and tonic.
Gee whiz, just not with the water there. You'd have to boil it first, I think.
Fitch and Leeds would have gone very well.
Look, the Ganges, I think, is the place where the people like to bath and things. And I don't know.
One of the most polluted river systems in the world.
I was going to say that, but I seem to remember that. Yes.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I was tasked with negotiating the fee for our transport from the train station back to the mission station.
Oh.
And I failed.
Well, you're not good at that.
I was not good at that. That was not my strong point.
Like 1,000 million rupees.
Well, it was 2,000 rupees that we settled on.
Yes.
It should have been 1,000.
Oh, right. Double. You paid double. And the church money went to the right.
Went to the right. But it was a nice ride. It was an interesting ride. We were jammed into the jeep.
Oh, okay.
So,
there we go.
It was,
get inside. Get inside.
There was room for one more.
Yeah, there's room for one more.
I also went down to Kolkata.
Okay.
Obviously went to visit the Mother Teresa's mission station.
Oh, lovely, yes.
And this was 1996.
Okay.
The Cricket World Cup was happening.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't matter.
Oh, Hansi was doing a few deals there, wasn't he?
XNX.
It was India, of course.
A lot of people spoke English, which wasn't always translatable to English.
Yes.
But everybody spoke cricket.
Yeah, of course.
South Africa, Hansi.
Hansi.
Jonty Rhodes. So, yeah.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, the year before, I'd spent some time in Pietermaritzburg.
Oh, wow, okay. With Jonty?
Not with Jonty, but with some of his family.
Yes. Oh, wow.
So,
the roads.
Yeah, the roads.
Oh,
so I was able to shed some deep insights into the background.
Yes, of course. Was Inzamam Haq, what is it that he took out with the
The
thing?
The dive.
Yeah, the dive, man. The dive was amazing.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
Okay, so we were there during cricket time. That must have been amazing.
No, the vibe was phenomenal.
Yeah.
We got down to Kolkata the day after the India-Pakistani quarterfinal, I think it was.
Okay, wow, okay.
Where there'd been a riot.
Oh.
And they'd started fires in the stadium.
Oh. Yeah, they do like the cricket.
They called the game off and awarded it to Pakistan.
Word.
The 110 or 120,000 people fitting in the stadium, and you're walking in there kind of alone. It was phenomenal. Just the energy in there, even though there's nobody there. It's crazy.
It's insane. It's insane. And so I mean, you spent how many? Like a year there?
5 months there.
Oh, 5 years. Okay.
5 months,
Okay.
And then I went to Australia.
Australia, that's where you picked up a little more accent over there.
That's where I picked up the accent.
Yes.
So some of the accent, mate.
Fish and chips. They say chips, and then the New Zealanders say fish and chips.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So, and in Australia, what did you do there? Also, same.
Just visited. In 1989, my dad's brother immigrated there with his family.
Okay.
So I went across to visit. So we visited some friends I'd made in India.
Okay.
So I'd spent some time in Melbourne, Canberra, and Sydney with the Blue Mountains.
Okay.
Across the mountains.
The mountains. Okay.
And then spent the last 2 and a bit weeks in Brisbane. Okay.
Brisbane. You even said it nicely there. Eh? Fabulous, Stephen, says Eric Kaplan.
Sweet.
And Jonathan Pleasure. A nice one, Steven Lancaster. How's it, guys? Simone de Vries. Zij is zeker van Maltino af, de Vries.
I know Simone from BNI. Yeah.
BNI.
Yeah,
the BNI.
One of my networking partners.
The connections.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, my brother's in there as well. It's also one of the secret handshake connections.
Yeah. It's okay, Micah. I didn't teach him the handshake.
The secret handshake. He hasn't taught me yet. I need to find out.
I'm going to need to take some of this home if he wants any secrets.
Excellent. Okay, so then, I mean, you travel the world, but this beggar in chief, we were going to the beggar in chief. Was the Herald beggar in chief.
Yeah.
CSI kind of thing, and you are the face of charity then for that, for the Herald. Huh?
They needed a pretty face.
Excellent.
So
Terry Herbst was originally a beggar in chief.
Absolutely, and he had the old the hat. Yeah. So and there was about 4 or 5 years in between Terry and myself.
Yes.
The 2 guys in between didn't use the hat.
Didn't use the hat. Did you bring it back in?
They had hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. God created only so many perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair.
Did you have big hair originally?
And so, I occasionally repost on my Facebook profile where I had a mullet.
A mullet?
It's the mullet.
Oh, mullet!
Business in the front, party in the back.
I love it.
And I had this delightful sweater that I had received from my brother. Or maybe just stole. I don't know.
Okay.
It was black with these little white worm things coming out.
All right. Okay, so you did the hat. You brought the hat back.
Brought the hat back. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
There's more space to put money in a hat than just in your hands.
This is true. And it was Christmas in June. Are there any other projects that they do? Or is it just you're the face? So whatever the Herald does, you're there.
That was basically it. The Christmas in June, I think, ended the year I started.
Okay.
And they had the when I was with the AIDS Haven, it was 2 Toyota Tazes for 10 rand. Whoa. And then it was a VW came on board and sponsored a vehicle to give away.
Wow! Giving away vehicles.
Good Lord. But, that was when the economy was booming, and they were doubling the sales every year, both companies. So things are a little more circumspect, especially COVID
During
times.
the COVID time, it's so hectic. So I mean, I don't know if the Herald's done anything during this time, but you know, it's difficult. It's so difficult for the charities.
Yeah, it is. It's incredibly difficult. Yeah. And with a charity like it's the Herald Christmas Cheer Fund. So it's specifically focused at giving a gift or giving a party at Christmas. Because you and I have birthday parties and Christmas parties and parties for Halloween and summer, and because it's Wednesday and you know.
So you have a party every day.
You know, or for any reason.
Yes.
But somebody who's living in a township just doesn't have that privilege to celebrate. Sometimes not even for a birthday. And the Christmas cheer focused particularly on the elderly. Often a forgotten section of society.
Totally.
And kids. And child-headed households. So those are the kind of charities that we looked at supporting. And so while the Herald Christmas Cheer Fund was a charity in and of itself, they worked through established charities that had a track record in the community.
So that it helps then with the network that those charities have. You can get those legs out there to try and find the people, and when there's a function, it just gets well supported. You know. There are a lot of businesses as well here that are doing stuff to get the charities and PE guys buy in. They do. I love them.
Absolutely. You know, the PE or Nelson Mandela Bay as a whole, we are
the bergies,
phenomenal.
The bergies,
the bergies, the Carrickens,
the Carrickens and the bergies.
We really put in. You know. One of the best pieces of advice I got as a young fundraiser when I started out on my working career was to encourage businesses to invest in a charity for 5 years. To commit to invest for 5 years, because you get to know the intricacies of the charity. You get to match your strengths with their weaknesses, and the charity can do vice versa.
It's also for the charity itself. It's so nice to know that you've got this backing.
You can plan.
You can plan for the next year. Okay, we got a whole year to plan this now. We know we're going to get this charity next year. I mean, we know we're going to get this amount next year, or whatever it is.
So and it might not be a cash amount, but if it's not a cash amount, the cash that's there can go to something else that
can create. Can create whatever they need.
So you expand the budget and whatnot, and you can make plans for 5 or 6 years' time when the business is going to move on.
So you've really become a bit of a specialist in your field as far as charity goes. I mean, you've been doing it for so long as well. I mean, when was your first charity event? I mean, you probably when you were 6 years old.
My parents auctioned me off, I think, at a point. My dad received an offer to exchange me for a camel. So maybe that was my first charity event.
Really?
He didn't. But
fortunately.
I don't know.
You would have been lost to us. You would have been somewhere in Dubai. I don't know.
Possibly, quite likely. The first one I actually remember was baking rock cakes and cookies on the man's floor.
The manse. I love that. The manse it's like the rented spot.
Exactly.
The
church house.
From the church, the church house. Yes.
Exactly. So my parents paid for all the ingredients. I sold it off for profit.
Yes.
Didn't give them anything and sent all the money to charity.
Of course, you took all the profits.
I ate a fair portion of.
You didn't know about gross profit. That's gross profit. You're supposed to give away the net profit.
It was delicious profit, I tell you. And I sold out.
That's fantastic. But so clearly from a young age, your folks were like pushing that charity side.
Yeah. Like I said, my folks were very involved in community and were great role models.
And I mean that forms then part of who you are and what you find important, and therefore what your heart feels is fulfilling as well. And clearly the charity it fulfills you. That's why you do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you selfish bastard. It's just for you.
Exactly.
Nice one, Jonathan Pleasure said, charity brings about dignity
Yeah.
that has been stolen by poverty. You're so right, Tanya. You're
Tanya
so
does
right.
some phenomenal work as well.
So we're challenging other organizations to end the 12-hour challenge relay on the 12th of the 12th. 12 people run for 1 hour and a partridge in a pear tree. What on earth are you on about, Philippa? I don't know. Challenging organizations to enter the 12-hour challenge relay. So they're doing a 12-hour challenge relay.
Awesome.
I like running ones. I like the running ones because it gets you out and doing something, you know.
There's one person allowed, or it's not quite the Malay, but that'll do.
It'll do. Oh, look at that. Is that your mullet? Playing a bit of guitar as well.
I had hair down to
Yeah, I see that.
my scapula.
Yeah,
No
no wonder you get
find
a
one.
crick in your scapula when you get stressed. So your mullet was right
It
down
was a
there.
heavy mullet.
Gee, was
That's
like
very
that's a hectic
good.
mullet. Fantastic. All right, I think it's time. It is time to start our questions now, Steven.
Yeah.
Where we get to know you as a person.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
All right, so what would you consider your biggest accomplishment in your career thus far? In charity.
It's a good question. His biggest accomplishment was probably taking the AIDS haven. At the time when I joined them, they had been promised a fair bit of money, but they only had 8 or 10 days worth of money in the bank.
Whoa, that is
Yeah.
hectic. Okay.
And they're still going today. Not all on the
You
money I raised.
Saved it, yes. You
But
saved
we
it from
worked-
that pinch.
Yeah, we worked to get the money that was promised in, and then to set them up. By the time I left, they had nearly a year in the bank, nearly a year on the way, and another 2 years in process of application.
Well, that is that's amazing because as someone who can get into a manic state, you wonder about where you're going to put the money because it's going to go. No, but clearly you're an organized person. That's all. Clearly you.
Don't look at my desk.
It's a Tracy that organizes that stuff.
Yes. So again, when you're setting up a team, you don't set up a group of homogenous people.
Yeah.
People who are all the same with the same skills and look the same and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You set up diversity.
Yes, of course.
Diversity is success.
Yeah. So your team that you go for, and so you can get out there and do what you do best in the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Play from your strengths.
Yeah.
We're often taught to work on our weaknesses, and that really is
Yeah.
bad advice.
Yeah.
Work on your strengths.
Make them stronger.
Exactly. Find all the ways to have fun with your strengths.
Yeah.
That's the advice I try to give my son every day.
Okay. Good.
Never work
Good, love
a
it.
day in your life.
I love it. Yeah. But just looking at how you do things, you certainly do have a way of stepping back and looking at that entire picture and figuring out what you need to do. It's your superpower. I think that's your superpower. Stepping in, but really looking at and looking from an objective point of view.
Yeah.
I think you've got a talent for that, for sure.
Thank you.
I mean, a lot of people just go out there and then you do what you see in front of you and go and hope for the best. But you've clearly got a way of looking back because, and maybe it's because you've had to do it. Like you said, you've had times in your life where things have gone wrong, and you've had to relook at it and you fixed it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's brilliant. Love it. What do you wish you'd known when you started out?
That I would go bald.
You wouldn't.
Not to place so much importance in my hair.
Yes. I like that. I like placing importance on his hair.
It's such a nice one.
Yes.
I gave my father a birthday card once that said, "Happy birthday.
Yes.
We love your hair." Open it up and it's such a nice one.
With one hair.
Of course, karma
Yes, karma gets you. We didn't think you had the same genes, eh?
I've got even less than he does.
My word. Okay. What does some people misunderstand about you sometimes?
That kindness is weakness, and that honesty is weakness.
Yeah.
Whereas those kind of things are actually a real
No,
strength.
they're a strength. Of course they are.
Yeah.
Of course, that honesty is integrity and everything. And that's everything that you are.
Yeah, you don't get to do what you do for so long without having an integrity in you.
Of course.
With the people you deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, center stage.
Yeah.
Gino Fabry.
It's true.
Testament to that.
If we'd buggered them around, I wouldn't be around anymore. I wouldn't even be watching.
A certain spit cop would have had you off the side of the road there.
That's it. Let's see. What would be the most? Who would be the most most liked you to hang out at the party? Now this is totally wrong here. This is not a good one.
Is there a party where?
Who would you like to most hang out with at the party? So, say if you're at a party, is there anybody that you would choose? Anybody that you like, even if it's like a celebrity or somebody that you would choose to hang out with at a party?
I find it's the pets that come and hang out with me.
Oh, really?
Or the people that are struggling to fit in to a party. I've always had a gift for moving around from group to group in a party or in a school setting or wherever.
The
and
nerds.
just connecting with people.
Whether it's
with the nerds or whether it's with the jocks.
Okay. All right. Did you mix around between the two?
I mixed around between the two. I was going to say swung.
Yeah. Swung you, swinger, baby. Yeah.
But I had a gift for moving around and connecting with people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's good. Because you're a people person, I suppose. It's true. All right. Let's see. The strangest way that you've ever been described.
Sane. Little do they know.
Okay. Just know that he's not so sane underneath all that.
The best compliment I've received ever is you're crazy. Particularly with reference to, the running endeavours.
Yes. No. It is crazy.
Like
it is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a physical feat, man. The oldest thing that you own.
I have books from my grandparents. My grandfather, when he started working, started buying a book a month from his salary.
Whoa.
And I just recently came into inheritance of that.
Wow. So is je bietjie van 'n boekwurm?
Yeah. I have yes and no.
Okay.
I don't read nearly as much as maybe I should or I used to.
Yes.
I have read War and Peace. That is true.
She's like, I haven't attacked that one yet.
I know it was on the flight back where I had a 36-hour layover in Athens.
Oh my word!
And
sit in Athens airport.
Before.
Didn't you go out?
I was told I could land, get a 24-hour visa, and explore the city.
Oh yes.
I was lied to.
Oh.
So I found a corner. I found some friendly staff who managed to, because at that stage, it was pre the Athens Olympics.
Oh right, okay.
So the airport, domestic and international, were different.
Okay.
And I was the only one in like 10 years that had spent more than about 6 hours in the Athens airport.
Okay, right.
So some friendly staff brought some food from the domestic terminal over to me.
Oh wow, that's very nice of them.
It was very nice.
I didn't get any food. I said I would lay over in Athens. We went out and we got mugged. It was fantastic.
You got to keep an eye out everywhere.
You got to check out.
Always be aware.
It doesn't matter where you are.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Now you could end up paying 2,000 rupees for a taxi or
Yes, you're right. 2,000 rupees. Oh my word. Anyway, were you not welcome anymore, Stephen?
Probably
Queen's
the church.
College.
Okay, maybe Queen's College. Maybe the grave.
The church.
Anywhere where people have their favourite band marked as the Beatles.
Oh dear, he's not a Beatles fan.
I'm not a
He's
Beatles
not a
fan.
Beatles fan.
No.
Just saying. It's not good.
Dear
That's not
Jude.
good. Maybe you haven't listened to enough Beatles. I'm going to play some
My
Beatles.
father
for
will
you.
be mortified when he listens to this.
Okay. When was the last time that you immediately regretted something that you did?
No.
No! No!
People, I'm not a Beatles fan.
Oh, no. No, that's okay. No, you're allowed. You're allowed. Is there a biggest realization that you had about yourself?
Oh, there's a lot. But I think one of the things that has really struck home is that myself and others, but particularly for me recently, you don't always believe in yourself enough.
Yes.
Work on your strengths. Find all the ways to enjoy those strengths.
Yeah.
And you'll never work a day in your life.
No,
And I
I'm
think
with
so.
you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay, what's
Yeah.
what's the one thing you really want but you can't afford yet?
More running shoes.
Ah.
Entry into more running races. Can't afford the time away from family as well for all of that.
I know. Do you make that time for your family? Eh?
Oh,
Try and balance it out.
Yeah, I except on nights like tonight.
Yes.
I read to my son every night.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
How old is
put
he?
him to bed. He's 6 and a bit.
6 and a bit. Oh, my! You still
Oh.
go in the teenage years.
I am reading to him every night now because I know then
They ignore
gonna be
you. It's their
very
mother. It's all about the mother after that. The mom
Yeah.
gets all the attention after that.
Yeah, that's
especially
fine.
with boys.
More time for running then.
Yeah, no, you'll get it. You'll get it. Your pet peeve.
Yes.
Oh, what is your pet peeve?
People who are so sure of that their opinion is fact.
Oh, right, yeah, no, I get that. You got to have fact checkers on their back all the time. Oh, my word.
Yeah, anyway, moving on.
Oh, no. Do you have any hobbies or do you collect anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Running medals.
Running medals? So race medals?
I don't collect the medals. I actually, I'd rather collect the memories.
Yeah,
So if I've run a race once, I was offered a medal from a race that I swept. So, for trail running, you don't have
sweepers,
cleanup crews or what have you afterwards. You have a sweeper that goes along afterwards. And it's a great way to give back into the trail running community.
Yes,
so you go and collect.
You're always thinking about giving back. Again, even with the trail running bike, guys.
exactly. So going collecting all the stuff afterwards, and just clearing the trail, but making sure that your last runner is safe and having a good time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah,
It's good.
if you give, you receive too.
Yes, that's true. You have the body at the end,
Make
for
the
sure.
memory. So I was offered this medal, and I said, "No, you've done it. You've done the whole 42
did.
Ks." And I'm going to throw it away. Oh, okay.
Okay, take it back.
Take it back.
And Andy Wesson always must be running with you because Andy Wesson always runs.
No.
these runs.
Andy's fast. He's like
He's
you.
a quick
Yeah.
Okay. No, he's sharp and he's fit, man. That Andy Wesson, you're a maniac. I don't know. Somebody tag him. He needs to watch it.
Andy's phenomenal. He really is a mentor and an inspiration to me. Yeah.
No, he's good. Good guy. Good guy.
Very good guy. Yeah.
All right. Your go-to restaurant for amazing food. I want to hear that. Where's your go-to restaurant? No, difficult to say because there's so many friends.
Listen, there are. There's a lot of good friends, and there's some phenomenal food in this town.
There is.
I think, we are blessed more than with some of the towns like Cape Town and Johannesburg.
Yeah.
With the talent in this town.
No, we've got some good stuff. But at the
We
moment,
really do.
you have to make a decision at the moment.
Our go-to place for food when we're doing stuff is a little place around the corner from us.
Yeah.
the Stone Castle, which is the kids' place.
Yes,
and
yes.
But the reason I'm stalling is I've
Because you can't
forgotten
remember the name of the. Where Stone Castle is a little posse there.
Yeah.
What do they make? What do they do?
So they make a phenomenal venison burger.
Oh, venison burger. I like that.
With wedges, and my wife forget the burger. I want I'm
wedges.
taking the wedges.
Bit of fried roast, but Andy Weston's online. There we go.
Dude, you are a
Andy.
legend.
Yeah, I mean, since I've known Andy, he's always been he's a string bean. Like that sinew is all over it, and he runs like a maniac. He just runs for miles and miles and miles. Okay,
Yeah, he does. So Andy has done 2 legs of the Freedom Challenge.
Oh, right.
The Freedom Challenge is basically a mountain bike race.
Okay.
You've got to be almost insane certifiably.
Okay,
To
well, I
attempt
think
it
he
on
is.
foot. And he
Pretty
is.
much,
He's,
yes.
he's phenomenal. And he and his Fab 4.
Okay. Oh, magic. And keep at it, Andy. You're inspiring us to carry on. I tell you what. The most uncomfortable place you've ever slept?
I love sleeping in caves.
Oh, no way. It's pretty cold.
Hiking is awesome. Yeah, it is cold. But it depends on your gear as well.
Yeah,
You know,
true. You've got some gear.
There's no bad weather, only bad gear.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Have you done this otter trail?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's good.
It is phenomenal.
Really?
It's not something to be undertaken without some level of fitness.
Okay.
But it is a
So a bit of training.
tremendous, yeah. You know, if you're going to be hiking it, don't carry heavy. And these days you've got the option. I mean, when I started hiking, sleeping bags came in one size kind of thing.
Yes.
And, toppers and smash. And
Yeah.
toppers is the worst.
Really?
Immense substitute ever.
Okay.
I mean, like
so
ever.
Yeah, so you need to actually get some decent food and this, do it.
Toppers isn't even purgatory.
Tastes
related.
lovely,
It
but
goes
it's
straight to hell.
not going to do for your hikes. Yeah.
No, yeah. Toppers these days, I don't know if there's still a brand such
I don't
as,
think it's a brand anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
But there's some phenomenal foods out there.
Okay.
And, I'm an endurance athlete, and having enough calories is super important.
Yeah, to burn up.
Just to stay alive takes 2,000 calories.
So what do you normally eat when you're out there? Do you use energy bars and those things or what?
I do. I use Neolife energy bars.
Okay.
For the Everesting, Neolife energy bars, PDM bars, good old Marmite and peanut butter sandwiches.
Yes. Okay. Marmite peanut butter.
Absolutely.
Really? Marmite. Marmite's one of those things that is the most running up brickmakers over and over, says Alan Stratton. You're right.
I didn't sleep. I wasn't allowed to sleep, Alan.
But
I was meditating.
But Marmite, we're talking about Marmite because Marmite is something that you have to be brought up eating, otherwise you just hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I love it.
Vegemite, mate. Vegemite.
Vegemite, yeah.
So, I mean, it's basically the same kind of thing, or Bovril.
Yeah.
Although Marmite has a much more distinctive taste.
Yes, it does. It does for sure. It's sharper, eh?
Yeah.
And it's okay. So I mean, we just while we're on the subject, the gear, the stuff that you're doing. I mean, you've given us some socks. Thank you so much. The Balega. The words of grit and grace. It says dig deep.
So
it says Balega socks.
Balega socks, absolutely. So I've been fortunate enough to be a brand ambassador for Balega for 3 years.
Okay, lovely.
I have done all my long trail runs in them.
Yeah.
I have had one blister, and that was when I kicked my toenail loose.
Oh, geez, holy crap.
Not something you want to do.
Okay.
But they are phenomenal socks.
Very nice socks. I'm going to try them out. I'm going to try out my
Absolutely.
Balega socks.
Yeah, and you can get them from a couple of places in town. You can also get them from shopbalega.co.za.
Shopbalega.
Yeah.
How do you spell that? Shopbalega.
Balpega.
Oh, Shopbalega. Balega.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and there's manufactured mainly in South Africa.
Okay.
So, yeah. A lot of the runs I do in what they call the blister resists, which are mohair based.
Okay. Oh, and the mohair is also. I mean, I know the mohair PE as well.
Yeah.
Also very nice too.
Yeah. 100%.
But so Baleka made us they get the mohair version.
Yes,
Lovely.
So they're the most cushioned of the socks. So you get different varieties
But
depending if you want to go fast.
Yes,
Or
yes.
if you want to go far.
So, so you keep hydrated. You get how many calories should you have when you're going at this sort of rate?
Yeah.
I mean, because the comrades runners are also always in trouble with that stuff.
Yeah.
They hydrate too much. Rory Petzer. Rory had overhydrated himself. You know, you can do this.
You can do that. So that overhydration is more dangerous than dehydration.
Yes.
The important thing is to actually drink when you're thirsty.
Yeah. Okay.
I mix my drink with an electrolyte mix.
Okay.
I
Yes,
generally
yes,
use
yes.
Tailwind, but
Okay.
you can do it other ways.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
some salt with some Oros.
Okay. So, salt and Oros. I like that. It's the
And when
the
you're-
new tailwind,
Exactly, yeah.
interchange, whatever.
Exactly, yeah. But you've got to replace
Yeah.
particularly the salts that are coming out of you.
Okay.
Sodium and phosphorus.
Well, your sweat's always salty, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a tot of vapor,
Yes, Colin, absolutely. So Colin knows what goes in there. 'Cause
Yes.
He's the guy who goes hunting.
All right.
But yeah, it's just very important.
Yeah.
There's a story of a friend of mine who did the Washi 100 miler the year
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
Now that first 40 Ks was extremely cold, and he is as tall as me, but probably a 5 kgs lighter.
Sure. Okay.
And
Yo.
probably as fast as you. You might know Frank Perron.
I don't need, but
He's a Charlo runner, not Nicky.
oh,
yeah.
Charlo.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guys do the 8K Charlo time trial, like those guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so he bombed out fairly early on.
Okay.
But Alistair Marin, who's another of my friends and mentors, and he's the guy who got me into long distance running.
Okay.
I'm gonna blame him.
Okay, Alistair.
He'll happily accept that blame because it's been a great journey. But he done Washi the year before. I got Frank, he sat him down, he said, okay, what have we got here? We've got a bowl, we've got a bit of milk, okay, we've got some Fruit Loops, we've got some Jelly Babies,
Fruit
we've
Loops.
got some peanut butter things, we've got some nuts and raisins. They just put all the kind of stuff that they had in this little bowl and said, Frank, eat. Frank had said, I'm giving up, I'm stopping.
Yeah.
He ate it.
Ate it a bit.
The support crew moved on 3Ks because they kicked him out the van.
Okay, right. Oh, jeez. Shame, man.
And you all need friends like that. You
Yo.
know you can when you think you can't.
Yo.
That's part of being part of the team around you. So they fed him up.
Yeah.
And they liquored him up. I don't think they actually put alcohol in.
Okay.
There was liquid in there. And he ran past the support team 3Ks later.
Wow.
He stopped just to get a little bit more 3Ks after that.
Okay.
He ran past them 3Ks after that.
Sure.
And at 25 hours and change, he came in and got his Washi jacket.
Wow.
It's a butt ugly jacket.
Yes. Okay, so you get the jacket halfway, or is it?
You get a jacket when you finish.
Oh, when you finish,
don't get a
okay,
medal.
wow.
You get a handmade trophy.
Yo.
It's been a tradition of Washi since virtually the beginning. Eric, who has 27 Washis.
Yeah.
You know,
Jeez,
he's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that is insane.
But he hand makes the trophies for every Washi finisher.
Wow. Okay.
So it's phenomenal. Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, your knowledge of the race is great. I mean, I just love it. It shows you that Michelle Tillman, how's it?
Hey, Michelle. Now, Michelle has works with a charity in the USA called the 100 Mile Club.
Oh, right. Okay.
And it's their mission to help reduce diabetes and things like that,
Oh, okay.
and obesity.
Yes.
The best way to do it is to get
To
people
train.
active.
Train, yes.
And it's not to do a 100-mile event.
No, yeah, just to do 3Ks, 5Ks.
Go and walk around the
Block.
school ground. Walk
Yeah.
around the block and accumulate 100 miles over the year, and then you become part of the 100-mile club.
Oh, wow.
How awesome is that?
Brilliant. Because, it's just little bit by little bit. That's the whole thing, I think. And to get yourself out of that, if the weather's bad or whatever, just get out there and do it.
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely. Saying that, the weather was really poorly in Nelson Mandela Bay and surrounds this last few days, weekend,
we had the race on.
Yeah.
We had the nurses race on. And man, on Saturday the weather was appalling, but the people had such a joy.
Yeah,
Had a good time.
I didn't go out.
And then you bastard. Damn you, we were all out there. 200 and something, I think, of people came. And they ran in that howling gale for the nurses' run. It was fantastic. We challenged kids to run or walk over a year. Thanks, Steve, for sharing. Absolutely. That's a fantastic idea, Michelle. Amazing.
Yeah.
I know some Toolmans from PE as well. There's Kelvin and Kevin, his dad.
Mm-hmm.
One person can run for 12 hours or 12 people can run for 1 hour. Oh, it's a 12-hour relay. Oh, I see. This is Philippa's one that she's doing.
Yeah.
Is that another one,
That's
Philippa?
Good explanation.
We've just had the
of what
nurse
we're
run
doing.
now. Now she's on to the next one, I see.
Yeah.
The nurses run was fantastic fun, by the way, and we support it next year. When it comes, they get funds in for the nursing fraternity to get bursaries. Sister Teresa, she's the one that organises it countrywide. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just saying you're so good at with your knowledge of these runs, because to run a 100-miler you have to be sharp. You have to know what you're doing. I think and there's people to help as well, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to rely on people who've done it before.
Yeah.
You've got to know your own body.
Yes.
A game changer for me, I started working with Bruce Campbell from
Bruce.
Aspire
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. He's also done Everesting.
Oh, has he? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
But he did it the lazy way, sitting down. No.
Bruce and Tracy as well. He's
did it
also
on a
married to
bike.
Tracy.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the good guys are married to Tracy.
Yes,
Except you.
me.
Except you.
I'm a Philippa. I don't know what about that. I don't know if there's
I
something.
spoke to Philippa's folks. She was supposed to be a
Be
Tracy.
called Tracy, yes. Well, her best friend is Tracy.
There
It's
we
fine.
But Bruce, it changed up my training quite substantially, so that I
Okay.
freed up some time
Yes.
to be with my family.
Okay.
Because prior, I'd been doing what they call run streaking. In other words, running every day.
Streaking.
Streaking.
I know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
No, run streaking.
Yeah, run
Okay,
streaking.
yeah.
So running every day.
Wow, okay.
Which is a hell of a commitment. And
Yes.
I just did not have, with a full-time job, full-time family,
Yeah.
you don't have time for a hobby to take that much.
Well, it's a mental game as well, this whole thing. So when you're closer to your family, you probably run better. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. You're happy, you go further.
It's true. All right. Last one of this one. What is something that you will never do again?
Probably ride a bike. No. I actually, I don't know.
Is there nothing that you've thought? Oh, hell's bells! I'm not going to do that again.
I won't say never.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And
Still to come.
Yeah, still to come. I don't want to die twice.
Okay. Yes. Okay. No. Well, I don't think you're going to do that. I don't know if that's possible. Although Graham Vass gave it a good go.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, there's some guys who've done some good stuff. But I think everybody should try something twice.
Yes.
You might not get the full experience the first time because of expectation.
The bicycles had a bad experience for you.
I had a mother who prayed for flats.
Oh, really? Okay.
That I would get flat tires and not be
Oh,
able to
really?
ride the bike at night.
Okay.
Because
Because we had Skuman on the show. She's quite she's insane biker.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She is somebody to watch.
Yeah,
you know.
and she'll pull us in. I tell you what, tomorrow she'll have us on challenging us to do something.
I'll ride a bike for something if she tunes my wife's piano. How's
All
that?
right, excellent. Good plan. That sounds like a good
We'll make
plan.
a trade there.
All right, I think it's time for the either ors. We're going to do the either ors, which is the faster questions. Yeah, we're getting
Da-da-da-da.
towards the end. All right, would you either like a live-in massage therapist or a live-in chef?
Oof. Number one.
A massage therapist.
Yeah.
You don't know, not so much with the food.
Yeah, I'm quite a good.
You
cook.
can do.
I
You can do it.
cook.
Huh?
I can
Are you a
cook.
chef?
Not a chef.
Not a chef,
no.
but I mean you cook.
But
you
I
like
can cook. Yeah.
Okay. Do you do most of the meals at night?
No, not so. But that going forward, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You like? Do you also do like I do? Like you'll sort of freestyle with a recipe.
What's a recipe?
Yeah, exactly.
One of my favorite tricks, though, is Oorsterland, which is a charity in Dispatch.
Yes.
They make pre-cooked meals.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to give them a quick punt because
Yes.
you can get a chicken pie for like
Yes.
60 Rand, and it's chicken
In the patch.
pie in the patch.
Yes.
They deliver to PE
Oh, wow.
Gregorga on a Wednesday and a Friday. So for $60 you can get a chicken pie, and then
Wow.
all you've got to worry about is the vegetables.
Excellent. And so you
And it feeds the family well, you know.
Lovely.
Of course, I have half the pie at least.
Oosterland.
Oosterland.
Oosterland. Van die oos af.
Oosterland.
Ja, sê Ellen Stratton, Steve makes a mean mom and Sammy.
Did you steal some of my Mama at Sammy's, Alan?
Damn you, Stratton. He's been on the show as well, of course, as well.
Yeah.
All right, money or fame? That's a bad one. That's a difficult one. Money or fame? They're both bad.
Yeah, you can have them both.
All right, take them both back. But if you, no, I think we've got to take a stand on this, Gary. You have to choose one or the other. There's
My
no
wife-
other choices.
My wife will say money.
Okay,
Yes, dear.
right. Okay, yes,
Yes,
dear. Yeah. Look at you, you're not going to get anything when you get home. 80s and before or 90s onwards? Music.
80s and before, 90s. There's more variety 80s and before.
Yeah.
Beatles were.
Oh, the Beatles were before you, right?
Unfortunately,
Yes.
the Beatles might be the swing vote. 90s and after.
Ah, damn you.
Wait. Are we talking original or remixes included?
No, originals
Okay,
only.
no, the 90s and after.
Ah, damn you! Grunge. Oh, you're a grunge fan. Oh, Steve,
Yes.
Doring. Annelie Morton.
So Annelie works for Oosterland.
Oh, Ursula.
Yeah.
We like that, Annelie. Maybe you must send one every now and again to Gino's spot. Just that we'll advertise for you so we can eat, me and Gary.
There we go. The Spa Fig Tree
Yes.
stocks some of their stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's
a Spa.
Yes.
Fig
Spa.
Tree.
I go to Spa at Fig Tree. They got some of your stuff there as well. Lovely. I love that. Perfect teeth or perfect hair?
Perfect head and perfect teeth.
Okay, there we go. So it's teeth it is. Yeah, forest or beach?
So yeah, with the teeth I can eat more.
Okay.
Definitely forest.
Forest. You're in the forest. You're
Definitely
foraging.
forest. There's no sand in my teeth.
Lovely. Antique or brand new? This is a telling
Antique.
one. Antique. So you like a bit of now you like
Quality.
history all of a sudden.
Quality over, consumerism. But I've
Yes,
got
consumerism.
my grandfather's old books, and I've got some
Love
tea
that.
sets from my grandparents and stuff.
Do you think as you get older you get more into history? What do you guys think? Do you get more into history as you get older? I'm loving history.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah. You want to find out the story.
Yeah, I just want to find out the story. Like you're looking at all the war stuff and
And it doesn't matter if it's true.
no, fact checking is an important part. Oh man, alone or in a crowd?
Yes, alone.
Alone.
I really enjoy my alone.
quiet type of person.
You know, with my running though, if I'm going to be, for example, doing the Addo 100 miler
Yeah.
or a trail 100 milers in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere where I know I'm going to be spending time alone,
Yes.
I will do a lot of my training with people.
Okay.
And vice versa. If I'm going to be running with people and support, like I did with the Everesting
Yes.
for CCFA, then with a lot of my training I do by myself.
Okay. Okay, so you know, you balance it out. You're like sick of people. Oh, gee, I can't believe I'm going to run 100 miles now, all on my own.
Exactly.
I love it.
You know, one of the most worrisome things for me leading up to the Everesting was whether I was going to handle being with people well.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons I spent a lot of time by myself prior.
Okay.
Just in training alone. And it was phenomenal and fantastic to have so many people join
with you again,
going up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And people who thought they were only going to come for 2 repeats and ended up doing 10.
Damn them! They can come in.
I see you, Paula Pierce.
Brilliant. Jeff, never let facts get in the way of a good story, to quote Gary Hemmings. You're right, Gary Hemmings. All right. Would you rather be painfully? This is the would you rather say? Painfully aware or blissfully ignorant? Either or.
I'd rather be blissfully ignorant. But have somebody tell me the painful truth all the time.
Okay. Oh dear. Forgiveness or vengeance?
Forgiveness without forgetfulness.
Oh, right. So you don't forget it, but forgive.
It's really not forgiving, is it?
That's not really forgiving. Gary's saying that's not really forgiving, is it? You still remember that. Because damn them, they did that thing.
You can put boundaries in place where you still interact and they can choose to follow those boundaries.
Oh, you're far too good at that answer. Far too good. Damn you.
I've had far too many opportunities
to forgive.
Consider it. Not necessarily forgive.
All right.
I still need practice at that, whether the answer is good or not, Gary.
Okay, it's either or here. Beatles or Rolling Stones?
No choice.
Beatles it is. Beatles it is.
I'll gather no moss.
All right, we got 3 either ors. I don't know if we got the either ors. This is the would you rather. Would you rather have false hope or no hope at all?
Hope every day of the year.
Oh no, there's false hope.
And twice on Saturdays, I'd rather have false hope than no hope.
False hope, excellent. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
You said dogs, yeah. I see you said earlier. Save or spend?
I'm a saver.
Oh, really?
I'm going to keep quiet there.
I love that. All right. Would you rather be an honest arsehole or a sweet liar?
Everybody needs an arsehole because otherwise, how do you get rid of your excrement?
Fair enough. No. Would you rather be stuck at 18 or 50?
50, because I'm close enough to it that I think I'm not going to have too many issues.
No, I'm 51. I can tell you it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
So 50 is good, but 18 would have been nice. You know, I could have, if you know what you know now, to go back to 18 wouldn't be a bad plan.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to fit all the hair on my head at 18.
That mullet of yours.
Yeah.
He had a solid mullet. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Would you rather be extremely smart or extremely lucky?
Yes. I think if you're smart, you can rationalize a lot of things.
Okay. Right.
And if you're lucky, you don't need to.
No, you don't. No, so it's extremely smart. You'd rather be.
Well,
but you're going to be terribly unlucky. Going to be extremely smart, but you're never going to have anything on your side.
I think I have a bit of both.
Okay.
Not so much the extreme smartness, a little bit of smarts.
Okay, yes.
But I'm extremely lucky with the people I have in my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you need,
Yeah.
I suppose, in the end. So you're choosing lucky then.
I'm going with lucky because all the people I know.
Excellent. Would you rather be wealthy doing something you hate or be poor doing something you love for the rest of your life?
Yes.
Definitely
poor doing something I love.
I know what it is already. Steven Lancaster, you've been an absolute legend. Thank you for coming on Gino's Spot tonight. It's been fantastic, and thank you for your time.
Gino, you've done a wonderful job during lockdown and up to now, just lifting this community. Thank you very much for all you've done.
Well, I hope it has. I hope it does lift the community and help in some funny way indeed. Please, see, Alvin Reeves, if I had known at 18 what I know now, would have slain King Arthur. How's it, Alvin? Alvin was our head boy at school. He's a legend indeed. Alvin Reeves, you're a legend. And I always get Alvin Reeves on. He's doing a lot of sporting stuff as well. You know, he does the sports for the Herald.
He does. He tells a good tale.
He does.
And he has many a tale to tell.
Really?
Which may or may not be true.
Yes, you know. Well, so don't let it get in the way of a good story. Steve the legend indeed. Alvin was an insanely fast bowler. You know, he did the nuffield stuff, and he did the whole cricket thing. You know.
Yeah, I believe that they tested out the radar speed gun on Alvin's bowling.
Really?
Yeah, you must ask him about it.
I was trying to find out about that one, Alvin.
But I believe that they thought it wasn't working.
Because it's so quick. Yeah. Well, I've faced him a few times and I never saw any of the balls that he sent towards me. Thank you so much, Steven. It's been fantastic. I'm going to stick my earphones back in. It's going to get loud in here because we're going to do the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys that are on board now, there's a competition right now. Get your keyboards ready. Get your fingers ready on the keyboards because the fastest to type would be, there we go, Andy Weston saying both inspirational. Love your work, he says. All right, let's get my mic back. Oh, we've got my mic back. We got the mic back. All right, so the competition is, you need to tell me what song I'm going to play on the drum cam right now. I'm going to play songs on the drum, a song on the drums, and I need the name of the artist and the name of the song in the comments. The first, a bowl with the runner, with the runner these days. Excellent. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Andy Wesson. And we hope to see your next 100 miler with Steve as well at some stage. The problem is that Steve, when you've done one, then everybody wants you to do it again and again and again.
And he doesn't focus on the sprint distances like 100 miles these days.
All right.
A bit further.
Oh, really? What's he done? More long? Is he a longer race?
The Freedom Challenge.
What is that? How long is that?
The last one was 580 Ks.
580 Ks, Andy Wesson. Are you out of your mind?
Okay.
Holy moly. All right, we're going to go over to the drum cam. I want the name of the artist and the name of the song in the comments, and you can win a case of Pitch and Leads, which Steve is going to take one home as well for his efforts today. Thank you very much, Steve. And we'll be broadcasting tomorrow night. That's that Tuesday. So how's it to the Tuesday, guys? Fantastic to have you on board as well. And so yeah, you see it in the comments. You see it in the comments. Let's do it. All right, let's check the name of the artist and name of the song. Indeed. I was trying to get my mic on again. I couldn't get it. Michelle Kelly, you are the winner, Michelle Kelly. I'm so pleased. Thank you very much for joining us here on Gino's Spot, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll let you know we'll see you again on Saturday. Thank you, Steven Lancaster. It's been fantastic. Thank you, our sponsors, Pitch and Leads and Spa. And of course, Amobia for our internet. We'll see you again on Saturday.
Beth and I were made. Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to